All right, I'm doing some mods on router table dust collection. I'm gonna do over and under dust collection for my benchtop router table. And this has been a big concept for me around the shop. I do over and under the table dust collection wherever I can. I have that on my bandsaw, which has worked to really good effect. And most recently, I added it to my drill press. And so it's just incredible to have a nice clean work surface. And I've actually used a product very similar to this. Actually, looking at the parts, it looked identical, although I'm not sure it was Milescraft brand because the dust pickup shroud was blue. But this one has all the components I'm looking for, and I'm quite familiar with it. So I'll show you the process of installing that on the router table. This is a simple system. The heart of it, perhaps, is the silicone rubber dust shroud, and that's key because it lets you raise your router up for topside bit changes. And easy to install. You got all the fittings with it. T-fitting, hoses, top and bottom. We'll get it unpacked. All right, first things first, we need to mount this dust shroud from underneath, and you do that by way of this Velcro ring. So it's self-adhesive. You're gonna adhere that to either the underside of your plate if you don't have these inserts, but what I'm gonna do is put it right on this twist lock insert, make it nice and easy, and then that'll be a Velcro connection, so it is removable, but I tell you what, if it's anything like my full-size router table setup, this thing just lives in there permanently. Now, if you have multiple trim rings to choose from, there may be one that's going to work best for you in terms of the size of opening that it offers and the typical bits that you use, but also in the way that this self-adhesive Velcro ring attaches. So I think this 2.5 version will work best for me. This is a Jessam router lift. It's actually their new 3.5 XT. So that one will be down in the description box if you want to check compatibility as well, but different sizes would work. But just remember that if you attach this to one ring and use this dust collection system, you're not going to be swapping that out for a different ring size daily. You're just going to leave that one size in place. Okay, so I know for sure I'm going to use the 2.5-inch trim ring, but if you have twist lock inserts like this, just make sure to use the holes to align the dust shroud because ultimately you want it pointing straight out the back of the router table. So we'll pull that backing off. There's actually 3 of these included with the Milescraft kit, and we'll get that installed. That looks like that'll be a perfect fit, and boy, that adhesive is just tenacious. Probably doesn't matter much whether you drop the ring in first or just install it here, but just press the Velcro together and you're ready to go. And you start to see the little chamber it provides you there, right at the source of the dust, and that's why this is such a great idea. Well, every router setup is going to be a little bit different, but on mine at least, it looks like that'll be no problem just dropping it in from the top. Ooh, I'm starting to get excited now. A little backlight here for dramatic effect, but I think my little router table is going to work just as good as my large one. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're saying, wait a second, I got to pull that dust shroud out every time I want to change router bits? Nope, at least not on my setup. Just raise it up for topside bit changes. It's actually pretty easy. Basically, if your router table setup has the ability for topside bit changes before this dust collection mod, you should keep that ability afterwards. So that's how high my collet will extend with this Bosch 1617 router and Jessam lift, but easily enough to get straight wrenches on that. No bent wrenches required. I'll lower the bit down so we can hook up the hoses and dust fittings. And the remainder of the parts are just for the vacuum plumbing. There's this T-fitting, and this one that has the plug in it, it's labeled to the fence, so that goes to your topside dust collection. And this side goes underneath the table. Now, there's 2 different lengths of hoses, so the short one goes to that dust shroud underneath, and the long hose will go to your fence fitting. Here's the fitting for under the table, and this is the fitting that'll attach to most any fence that you may already have, and this one was a perfect fit for mine. So short hose to the dust shroud side, and this actually threads on in a clockwise manner. Get that installed. Long hose goes to the fence, and everything's threaded. Really secure connection that way. And the fittings go on just the same way, but there's one step in this installation that you really don't want to skip in my experience. This is a hose strap, and it actually attaches to the underside of the table, and it just prevents that bottom side hose from falling out of the dust port. Go ahead and pop that in from the back, and that'll tell you where you should mount that hose strap. There we go. Now, if you're working on a portable table like I am, it may just be easiest to turn the thing upside down to mount this strap. And I like to place it right about there. That'll do two things for me. It keeps the dust hose from pulling out of the shroud, but it also is a nice clean install, keeps things tidy against the underside of the table. And you can pre-drill that strap to help the screws go in a little easier. And I just know somebody's going to ask me about this black phenolic plywood. That's from Maker Stock, and like everything else we're talking about today, you'll find links down in the description. And then just attach the fence hose. That's good for regular 2 1/4 inch fittings. Then attach your vacuum to the T-fitting, and that's it. Installation complete. And they do give you plenty of hose length there, but for this portable router table application, I may just trim that back a little bit. Okay, with the quick install complete, all that's left to do is put it through its paces. Let's see how this system does. We'll clean up the previous messes to give this thing a fair shake. I've got a Oneida Dust Cobra coming in next week, and a Dust Cobra, this system is not, but this is my little figure 8 dust separator. It's kind of a DIY project to piggyback a Craig separator onto my little DeWalt shop vac. So if you're interested in a project like that, I'll put it in my video resources down below. Well, the proof is in the pudding. Let's have a look, see how we did. As far as top side, table looks immaculate. I see 2 little specks of dust. I mean, you can't ask for any better than that. And under the table, while it's not totally perfect, there's just a little bit of dust that escapes, and I noticed that coming out specifically at the end of the cut, so that's pretty minimal in the overall scheme of things. So I wasn't measuring the weight of dust that came off, but guesstimating it's half again better than a system that doesn't have below the table dust collection. Now, would you get 10% better improvement by spending a lot more on a dust cube that limits access to your router? Yeah, I suppose you would. I've used portable router tables with enclosed lower routers, and they are excellent in dust collection, but those come with some sacrifices, as mentioned. So hey, if you like this topic, do me a favor and give me a quick thumbs up, and please do consider subscribing to The Thoughtful Woodworker. I'd certainly love to have you on board. And don't miss my links and video resources down below. I'll include some of my favorite accessories around the shop.